conquer these feelings.
Hello guys, HL here, coming to you with another World of Warships Blitz video. In today's video, we will be talking about some of the things in the new update and my thoughts about them. The patch notes for the update, which have been released some time ago because at the time of recording this video, the update has already dropped. The patch notes, which I think most of you guys have already read it, but in case you want to double check it or you want to read it again, I've linked it in the video description down below so you guys can check it out. This video won't be very long because I'm just going to be talking about some of the new things they added as well as some of my opinions about the update. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first things which they have added, I think is the one everybody's most excited about, are the new Tech 3 lines, which are the US Battleship Split. Starting from Colorado, it was split to I think Kansas, Minnesota and Vermont. So you now have two, the slow battleship or the heavy battleship line, Kansas, Minnesota and Vermont, as well as the previous one, or the original one, which was NC, Iowa and Montana. The next line, which will be a totally new line, is the European destroyers, which you can already see the flag there, and some of you guys who are fortunate enough to either have bought the Blitz Pass or have won it from crates already have some things like Orlan. Standout features of the EU line are going to be stuff like fast-firing guns, torpedoes with high flat chances and strong AA, while the American ships probably are going to be very slow, but their guns can fire really far and hit very hard. They also added something new, the Russian destroyer split, which after the Minsk, instead of going to the Tashkent, you have the option to choose for the Ognavoy, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. But from what I've seen, because the other two lines have not released, the only one that has been released is the Ognavoy. The Ognavoy is pretty strong. I fought the Ognavoy in the Axis Wiki and it's pretty obvious the Ognavoy's AP is quite painful. So yeah, watch out for the Ognavoy if you're playing ADB. Basically, these are the new ships. Can't say too much for the Europeans and the USBB split as they are not in the game yet. The next thing which they added are new ribbons and a team play score, which is calculated based on the number of team play ribbons you earn. So with the update, we have gained a number of ribbons that we will be awarded, such as assist, enemy spotted, capture assist, capture struggle and taking fire. How you will be awarded these ribbons will be available in the patch notes, so if you guys want to know for yourselves, check it out, linked in the video description down below. But the main thing that I want to talk about here is the team play score, as the team play score is certainly something I would say it doesn't fully work. Like sometimes you can flank and help your team, but the team play doesn't calculate it. But I mean, the team play score is still better than nothing, as in some ways it encourages you to play for your team by doing things like contest capture points, provide anti-aircraft fire support and spot for enemies if you are in something like a destroyer or a CV. So yeah, basically I find this is a decent addition, as it will certainly encourage players to play in a better way, and they will use teamwork more instead of running off to the sides or doing nothing to help the team. And moving on, the next thing we will be talking about are the tweaks to how the planes, or at least the torpedo squadrons for the most part from aircraft carriers work. Basically, what they did was they removed the speed buff that happens when you use the recall button. I will be putting up a clip from before the update on the screen right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Basically, if you do this now and you hit the recall button, the planes will slowly turn instead of dodging around very sharply and being able to drop their torpedoes quickly. This has reduced the deadliness of torpedo planes against light cruisers and destroyers, as they now have a much better chance at dodging the torpedoes. And I also wanted to mention that this affects mostly IJN CVs more, because stuff like Shokaku, Saiho and Hakuryu rely a lot more on the torpedo squadrons to deal damage. But if you look at it from another perspective, if let's say you are a CV player or you enjoy playing CVs, this can be quite annoying, as you have a harder time defending yourself from flanking ships such as destroyers. So now you will have to rely even more on teammates, and you will have to be even more situationally aware so you can run away, because it's going to be quite hard to destroy some destroyer like the Lightning if it's dodging around, because it's small and it's pretty agile. So yeah, you are going to have some difficulty striking the DD if they are not moving in a straight line. From my own experience, I would say, yeah, as I just said, like, it's really annoying to defend against a DD, but if you are the guy playing the DD, like I took my Akizuki and Kitakaze out for a run the other day, it certainly felt better as the enemy Taiho could not straight up delete me, as the Taiho had a lot more difficulty landing torpedoes. So basically, I think it's a mixed bag and it depends on which side you're standing on and how we look at the update. But I would say it's decent as this gives ships like destroyers and cruisers chances to play more dynamically instead of just hiding behind other ships or hiding behind islands because of the fear of enemy torpedo planes. The last thing I want to talk about is something that almost every update seems to bring with it, but this update brings the most of it, which are bugs. The first bug is that shells from ships, especially battleships, I noticed, are not registered by the system when they hit. This means that you will fire at the enemy, your guns will have to reload, but when your shells hit the enemy's ship, they deal no damage. The only way to fix this problem is to switch shell types, which means in a battleship, normally it's switching to HE, and you must fire the other shell type that you just loaded in and then switch it back to ensure it hits. This works to get your shell hits to register again, but it can be incredibly annoying and cost you a lot of time and precious damage. And if you guys do not know what I'm talking about, I'll put a clip up on the screen right now so you guys can check it out for yourselves. The next bug is that aircraft carriers are not able to launch planes. I myself have encountered this bug when I was playing Shokaku the other day, as after I recalled my fighters, I couldn't launch them again. Some other players have mentioned that they have encountered bugs where they could not launch their dive bombers or torpedo bombers, but I myself have not encountered those. But yeah, those are bugs to keep in mind and watch out for if you're playing the game, though you can't really do anything about it. So basically, if you see a bug, the best thing you can do is send an email to Wargaming and tell them about it. Another bug some players have encountered is the invalid card number sign showing up on the screen. I think this is because they subscribe to the premium account, but I myself am not a subscriber to the premium account, so I do not encounter this problem. Another thing some players have mentioned is that torpedoes sometimes do not hit the enemies even though it is clear they have hit on screen. So yeah, this is also pretty annoying because, as I said, it's like the AP shell bug. You shoot, you have to reload, but you don't deal any damage. I think hopefully Wargaming will notice these bugs, or I hope they have already noticed it, and I hope they are working on it to fix it as quickly as possible, as these are pretty annoying and can be considered game breaking in a lot of cases. And so yeah guys, basically that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video, as it's a shorter video and I just wanted to talk about some of my thoughts and opinions on the update. Hopefully you guys find this kind of videos good, and if you do, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment down below what other videos you want me to make. I've also got a Discord server linked in the video description down below if you guys want to join, and I highly encourage you to do so we can chat about stuff in the game. But basically that's all for now. My name is HL and I'll see you guys next time.